Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you. Today is another Halloween video in our Halloween series. I believe we are on 60 days until Halloween. I am so excited. I do want to apologize in advance because I still am a little stuffy from my sinus issues, but don't worry about that. If you would like to see what I create, just keep watching and let's art today. Jumping into our first DIY, I have found these spooky photos at my local 99-cent store for just 99 cents, but after taxes it does become $1. And I have had these 4 picture frames in my collection for quite some time. As you see here, this silver one is chipped and cracked a little, and I'm going to be taking some sandpaper and grinding it up more to make it look more old and weathered. As I'm sanding the picture frame down, I just want to take this moment to say thank you so much to all my subscribers for helping me reach 5,000 subscribers. It means so much to me, and I thank you so very, very much. Moving on to taking the photos out of the plastic wrap. I really thought this was such a great deal. You get 4 photos for $1 or 99 cents. After taxes it comes out to $1. So I'm just removing it from its package, and they were originally supposed to be bent in the middle and it's its own picture frame, but I'm just going to be cutting them in the center and placing each one in their own individual picture frames. After I have them each cut out, I'm going to see which one that I want to put in each picture frame. So I went with the older couple in these brown picture frames, and they fit into a 5x7 picture frame holder perfectly. And I just continue putting each picture in its own individual picture frame for the rest of the pictures as well. With the younger couple, I put them in the silver picture frames, and I just think these came out so lovely. These will be perfect just as is, but knowing myself, and if you've been following me, I always like to add a little bit more detail to my projects. So like I said, I have to decorate the frame. So I first am going to be adding a creepy cloth to the edge of the frame using my hot glue gun. And I do add a pick to the frame as well with the little berries that are now located in Dollar Tree Halloween section. I make sure to cut off any extra creepy cloth that I am not using so I can use in a different project. Now I will be decorating the second picture frame the same way. The only difference is I add the berry picks to the opposite side. Here's how they both turned out. I absolutely love this one. I love that each berry pick is on the opposite side, so it looks more of a pair of picture frames. I love how when you move the camera you can see their creepy face and their regular faces. Such an easy project, anybody can do it. Moving on to the next set of picture frames, we are going to be decorating them as well, but using different items from the Dollar Tree. I am going to be hot gluing this spider web all over the picture frame by pulling it taut all around the edges. As you see here, I do add those berry picks to these picture frames also, but instead of the silver I use the purple berries, and I just hot glue everything down using my hot glue gun. I do go back in and add some small pine cones to the picture frames in the corners, also located at the Dollar Tree, and I continue this process with the other picture of the older lady as well. And here is the final review. I absolutely love these. Like I said before, these are so easy. Anybody can do them, and it just took a little bit of time. I think it took me about 10 minutes to do all 4. Here's how they look all together. I just love them. They add such a pop to my little Halloween decor area, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. Leave a comment below and tell me which one of the 2 pairs that is your favorite. Jumping right into our second or third craft of the day, I'm going to be using this wooden crate that Dollar Tree carries in their crafter square pretty much all year round. I will be covering it all completely using black acrylic paint. Putting that to the side to dry, I found these long wooden sticks at my Dollar Tree. I picked up one and I will be painting the whole thing with my black acrylic paint. Putting both of those projects to the side to dry, I am now taking the summer sign that I've had since last year, I believe, apart by removing the ribbons and the staples from the back by using my needle nose pliers. I will then be sanding the back of the sign down some just to give it some texture so that my paint can adhere to. If you can please take this moment to please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Be sure to click on the bell notification so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. I would love to have you be a part of my art family. And it's now time for more painting. So I'm just adding some gray acrylic paint and some white acrylic paint, and I'm just giving it a sloppy first coat, but making sure I go into a vertical brush stroke so that it mimics wood grain. Then I go in with some black acrylic paint and dry brush all the edges and some of the middle as well to make it look like an old dingy sign. Next, I will be painting this skull, which is a leftover piece from a previous project. If you would like to see my previous projects, I will be sure to leave a link right here in the right hand corner for you. I first start painting it with a gray and white wash, then I go in with black acrylic paints and I dry brush the whole skull. I then turn it around and paint the whole back side of it with black acrylic paint. Now that everything is dry, I'm going to be assembling all the pieces together. So I take my wooden crate and I'm going to add some floral foam to the inside and hot gluing it down using my hot glue gun. Then I will be taking that long stake, placing it into the floral foam and hot gluing down the edges to give it some strength. Pushing the crate to the side, I am now going to be working on the little arrows, and I'm going to be naming them like street signs. So I first start off with these letters that I purchased at Michael's in the clearance section. They were only $1. I first start off writing out my word. I started using the lowercase letters, but then I go back and I switch them for all caps, and as you see here, it spells out which way. So I see these signs all over any local store, but my inspiration came from my local 99-cent store. They were selling a similar sign for $3.99. I could have easily purchased it. However, I wanted to make my own in using the materials I already had on hand at home. So this is what I'm coming up with. My next arrow will point you to Boo Street, and I'm using poster letters that are located in the office supplies at Dollar Tree, and I'm just hot gluing those down onto this arrow. And lastly, my Dead Lane Street is located to your right. I use poster stickers also from the Dollar Tree. And now to attach everything to that wooden plank using my hot glue gun. I am just trying to get an idea of where I want to hot glue the signs together, and I wanted to make sure that they weren't straight, that they were kind of crooked and bended and a little longer than the last one. So that's what I'm doing here. So that I have everything to where I like, I do start hot gluing them down, and I do hot glue that skull to the top of the wooden stake I really love how it looks old and creepy just the way it is, but knowing me, I still have to add some embellishments to the sign to give it that extra oomph that we're looking for. So here's the sign without the embellishments, but I'm just pointing out that I'm only adding most of the embellishments to the crate at the bottom of the sign. I first start off by adding some rocks to give it some more stability. This is optional whether if you put it inside or outside, depending on you. Then I add some creepy cloth on top of it to hide everything, and then I will be adding more of those Dollar Tree floral picks to the floor foam inside of the crate, and then I'm adding more of fall leaves all around the sign by hot gluing them down in place. And here's how this one turned out. I absolutely love this sign. I think it's a perfect addition to my Halloween decor for this year. I do want to mention I did add some googly eyes to the eyes of the skull just to get a little laughter out of my little ones, and they absolutely loved it. And so do I. I think it turned out cute. Remember, this is totally optional. You do not have to do the same thing. This is just to help give you some inspiration. Now, if you do like this type of content, please give me a thumbs up button so it lets me know to continue making these videos for you. Also, if you can please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I would love to have you part of my virtual art family. And as always, I will see you in the next one.